I swear to God, guys, this is not clickbait. Sinder has absolutely gotten exposed. This is the worst VTuber controversy in the past 10 years or more or greater. I mean, this is absolutely insane for a huge content creator like Sinder to be exposed for an absolute manipulative, evil person behind the scenes. I mean, you would not believe what I'm about to show you. So let's get into it. Effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm able. This is absolutely even more manipulative because she is in the messages that I'm about to show you, absolutely doing the exact same thing that Redacted was doing. I mean, let's scroll down. Women accusing men of their act and dodging responsibility yet again. While I'm not the one to pass judgment until I've heard both sides of the story, this was not the move. It would have been better to say nothing than this. Someone who represents you and your intention should never be someone like that. There is no amount of I'm sorry or bad judgment you can have in this situation. You actually need to own up and be ready to not be forgiven by lots of people. You did bad things, end of story. That's right. She has her own messages in these Google Docs that I'm about to show you. It is crazy. With this person here even saying that Sinder said that Redacted was her boyfriend from 4 years ago. So we'll see. Let's get into it. We're going to find out today whether or not this is paper or plastic, baby, whether this is true or not. So if you like this kind of content, you stick around, subscribe. Let's get into it. This comes from Nanolist, her illustrator, her artist of her model. Hello, I am here to share something that has affected me personally and hurt others. This was very hard for me, but I feel it is necessary. Please do not send hate to anyone on my behalf. That is all I have to say. Props to Nanolist for actually stepping up, because this is literally the biggest VTuber controversy I have ever seen in my freaking life. Look at this Shy Lily down here saying, we will always be there to support you no matter what. No one deserves to go through this. Your feelings are valid, and we'll make sure to heal from this. I'll always have your back. Let's get into it, boys. This is crazy. Introduction and notes, baby. I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red manipulating me, using me, dragging me into drama while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Sinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout. But I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Sinder. You guys just wait till we get into this. It blew my mind. Otherwise, I would not be covering it. This is going to blow your freaking mind. No, based on working with Redacted, Red, Sid's manager, and Sinder over the years, that I am sure they speak for each other, and there is no reason to believe Red was acting without Sinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. Not only that, you don't need to prove that Sinder was involved. She has her own messages in these Google Docs proving that she knew what was going on. English not only being my first language in the language barrier, I discussed the situation, my feelings, and thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put them into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings. No, any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. Slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors while manipulating me that it's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complain and accuse Bao of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation immediately, followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any future decisions regarding commissions. Not only that, boys, they try to buy off her illustrator and everything. Okay, Nanolist. Of course, I wanted to understand it better, specifically if I have to cancel her for the second time. Redacted, Cinder's manager. Well, with blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS, sometimes over Cinder, and we really can't confront them about it, and plus she's gone 3D lately. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago. She hijacked their editor, boys, and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things that she does. That's Bao the whale. Oh my god, dude. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her since she's already taken our editor. This is after Bao actually already commissioned Cinder's illustrator to create a model for her. Like that was a big problem or something, but evidently to Cinder it's the end of the world because that's her competition. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's MV editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like the model art is the most important thing. That's a VTuber's entire image. Redacted. We love working with you. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. That is so manipulative. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. I wonder why. Maybe because you people are impossible to deal with. Maybe because you're so freaking manipulative and judgmental that you would actually go after someone because they have the same editor as you. That is crazy. She said Bao was supposed to be Cinder's friend, by the way. I know that there's no friends in content creation, but they were supposed to be actual friends, constantly collabing and everything else. There's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100 times better than her original songs last year that she locked him up so no one else could work with him, and then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. And now she's been barking up the tree of our L2D animators. So like, and you and Nano model, yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. That's what Nanolist said. You can tell that Nanolist is very awkward here. This is not professional at all. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. Oh, she has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way. Yeah, sure, bud. That's not exactly what the fuck you're doing. There's no way you aren't freaking doing the same. Literally guilt tripping. Redacted here is literally trying to guilt trip and manipulate Nanolists into keeping working for them because they wonder why nobody wants to work for them anymore. This is crazy, folks. Just wait till we get to the Cinder ones. Red asked me to cancel on one of my closest friends by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it is okay since she has many connections and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model that I had planned with Bao. Oh my god, dude. Look at this. Did you cancel the models? Did you cancel the models yet? I literally told you to cancel your freaking other client, you son of a... Dude, this is crazy. Redacted. Did you cancel the models? Nanolist. I did not, with a crying face. Nano are delayed to 2026. Nanolist finalist with the cat. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll be fine. She's super fast. Oh, did you design her outfit already? I remember her showing it to us at Webcom. Yeah, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Well, Redacted didn't like that. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they commission me instead of compensate for not working with other creators. This felt very strange given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me working with other creators was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. Ain't that crazy, folks? Isn't that just insane how that works? The messages below show that their primary concern is that more non-Sinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. It's hard to say how much this messed with my mind as an artist, that by working with other people, I'm somehow making my existing models less special. Following the screenshot is one of them setting up the blacklist, saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1, especially, and justifying those things, saying that with each model my art becomes less unique and special, and therefore Sinder somehow will become less special. Dude, that's insane. So Sinder thinks that if her illustrator creates more VTuber models for everyone else, then Cinder's model will become less special by default. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. That idea my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. And this is where we get into the juicy deets, folks. I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check with what I think. Okay, so I got some ideas for this, I guess. I was driving. What are you thinking? Okay, so help from my friends. They don't know it's you. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also, how long would this be? And if this counts for models I already worked on. Well, I think the main things we're looking for are for you not to take on any new brand new model clients and to not make any new models outfits with blank again. You'd still be able to work on models and outfits with all your other existing babies, and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore, and second is that there's a few people that we would just rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. Are you kidding me? No way, they just said no new babies at all. Are you kidding? So she's not allowed to make any new art for any new creators at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Sinder unique, which is your artwork, just drama. What about blank? We can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount it from the next payment, and we'll continue giving lots of model work, I think, for this year right now, but you don't work with blank, or blank at all again, models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have other GS label for you too, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more, since blank still asks for art every now and then? We could do it like when blank asks for art, you tell her no and then tell us to buy another art piece, like you still get a job from it. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? There's no way they're being this way, dude. I had no idea Sinder and her manager were like this behind the scenes. This is predatory, folks. This is crazy. All right, Sinder's coming up. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily. So it was Shy Lily in the blank, trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I am setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients, plans which for them made the antenna go up, and immediately went into slandering Lily, Shy Lily. They consistently try to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Sinder is them trying to look out for me. Are you kidding me, dude? They went after Shy Lily? I didn't even know that. I could see why they were threatened by her, by the way. I could see why they were threatened by Shy Lily. She's one of the best VTubers that there is. That is crazy. Let's get into it, boys. Hey, Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just the model, like outfits or merch or anything? Nano said, been just the model so far. Redacted, okay. Her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Sinder lately. I wonder why. Maybe Cinder's a, crazy bitch behind the scenes, and we don't know if something's going on. Okay, that's weird. Ever since after V-Card launched, but what you consider weird, Nanolist asked. Redacted said, lately dipping out of collabs. They were both a part of at the last minute and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's rated her a couple of times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Sinder by name. Dude, I wonder why. Maybe Shy Lily knows what's going on behind the scenes. Have you ever thought of that, Sinder? Maybe you're just so manipulative and crazy freaking narcissist that you didn't realize people don't want to talk to you, engage with you anymore. I'm surprised this finally came out. I'm surprised it took this long to came out, because this was years, folks. I mean, years of Sinder doing this. This is absolutely insane. Nanolist just gives another sad frog. Redacted, just like weird petty stuff. I don't know. Nanolist, that's super weird since they both share the same store. LOL. Redacted, around V-Card's launch, they were talking and collabing. I don't know what happened, but her asking you for a model after that was just weird, even though she said she doesn't plan on getting any new model anytime soon. And Redacted actually says, I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you into drama. My ass, dude, you're doing it on purpose. Nanolist says, yeah, I thought it was quite early to go for a new model. Look a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're going to have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Sinder and wants the same model mama. Are you kidding me, dude? This is some petty high school BS that they brought their freaking illustrator into. This is not professional at all, folks. The idea they need to stay informed and gauge competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they considered friends who also helped, supported, and platformed Sinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators, implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me and that somehow justified their actions. They imply Lily ignored Sinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, of which you can see in this clip. I'll go to the clip later. Redacted, real. Is it just Sinder and blank you've been doing continuous model outfits for? We'll have the demon update list, final arcade reference for you soon as it's finished. Nanolist, I think it is. I have an outfit for you planned to. As for blank, got nothing for now, but she always comes up with something. Redacted with the Sinder image. Redacted, do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Are you kidding me? So now they're asking for who's rigging Lily's model so they can poach them. Nanolist, gonna be blank. Redacted, thanks Nano, sorry for all the questions, just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artists. Never a break. Yeah, sure bud, are you kidding me? Nanolist, don't worry, just don't stress too much with the side of things. It's bad for balding. It's bad. Redacted's going bald, baby. We got proof of it here and now. I'm good. Redacted said, I'm going to go bald now. I'll keep you in the loop about anything else going on with that. Nanolist, the balding? Redacted, no, you fool. Just stupid drama. Got to stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. Also, your profile pic looks like a guy with a mustache. Don't go too far in the competitiveness. It can get bad. Yes, Nano, thank you. Put that in there. She also says, gotta chill sometimes. And Redacted literally just literally says, hey, it's not us. You know what I mean? He literally just pushes it away, points it at the other creators. It's not us. We're not doing it, even though there's literally messages of you doing it. Nanolist with a frog face. That is the funniest reaction. Redacted said, we aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GS owner out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them. Nanolist says, says, below, I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to on multiple occasions mention other people's alleged drama. And this is when Sinder gets into it, folks. This is clear proof that Sinder is in the freaking Discord messages. She's a part of the DMs on wherever this is, and she has read them very clearly because she is in them. Nano says, Sinder, just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about that with Red, but I just don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. After all, Blank's still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things don't work out because of Blank. I just love my clients, that's all. That's what I'm talking about, Nanolist baby. You stand up to these freaking bullies. That's what I'm talking about. How dare they try to take all your other clientele? That's a great way to lose your freaking business, because if you put all your eggs in one basket and you rely on Sinder, somebody manipulative like her, well, guess what's going to happen one day? She's going to take away all her work and you're going to have no more clients. That's a freaking thumbs up for me to Nanolist. You did a great job here. That's what I'm talking about. You need to stand up to these fools. Sinder said, I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. As you can see, this is not something that Redacted did on his own. She knows. She knows. She even said it's like living in someone's shadow. I wonder why, because Lily's freaking great. That's why. And when you said, I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts. So much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision ultimately who you work with, but this is how I've been feeling. Oh my goodness, Cinder, are you kidding me? You can't be doing this, girl. That's crazy. Nano says, I don't really see the point of keeping thinking about being compared to Blank. You're so much bigger already. You've already done so much more, but I would never give up Blank any priority over you. Also, there's not even any model for her being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded, and I'm fine not doing her models, but at least Gamer Subs art would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% an a-hole to her, that's all. And Cinder says, it's not me, but other people's opinions of us, and I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. You don't want to get into any drama, but y'all just brought all the drama to Nanolist's doorstep. Are you kidding me? Nano says, sorry about this. My mental is just a little bit weak. Nano says, Cinder says, same girl. And Nano says, I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. Cinder says, I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I just want to get along. My ass, dude. Nano says, I understand if things don't work out about this. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning Blank down from my list. And Cinder basically acknowledges it by not freaking saying that is not what she wants. She just said, I would never hate you. Are you kidding me? Nano says, thank you. It's same. I'm just an insecure bitch. Cinder says, I love everything we've done together and I want to keep doing more. Please, people saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. Dude, this is crazy. This is the biggest crash out of the freaking decade. Are you kidding me, dude? I can't believe I stumbled onto this. This is insane. Nano here says, justifying their behavior by stating they are simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, and I am manipulating me into being grateful for earning well thanks to them despite the loss of work from a long time returning clients and new clients. Concerning my work and models as a team, another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special with the recurrence of it's just just business, manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons and that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues alone. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red that it may not have been 100% Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them this was the case. That's right, boys. That just makes that apology by Cinder seem even more freaking fake. Here we go. Hey, Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked to Thread, and I believe he talked to you already, and I thought it would be best if I just check here personally. Actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts because Red tried to talk to me, and I think I misunderstood things. So it seems like Cinder was not in the messages up above. That's my fault. So it seems like Nanolist messaged her by herself to affirm that she knew what Red was saying. And Cinder just says, I'm doing good. What's up, Nano? And she says, oh, it's mostly about this with the redacted message. I thought on canceling some models because of it, but then I realized it's not really fair to me. Cinder says, I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. It's just business, folks. It's just business. Of course, we love working with you and want to keep working together. But if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. Being one of the very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with L2D cutting to improve your skills, and I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model and then started asking you for them. I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimated due dates, so just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them. It feels special to only have your model for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time for me to be exclusive Nano art baby anymore. Dude, are you kidding me? Nanolist, it's so personal reasons. I would never do something like this to you or anyone, but yeah, it's important for my job to reach far. I like working on different projects and people. I never said I don't want to talk with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You will always be my special baby. Cinder, I also think that it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about, so I'll go through with my plans with Red and send you our ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too, and he absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. And Analyst says it's okay. We'll update you guys at ASAP, and Cinder says sounds good to me. Red really tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. Nanolist here. So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop other models, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist. I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still will always have a way to open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You do that shit. You go, girl. That's what I'm talking about. You tell them. Fuck these motherfuckers. How dare they try to make it where you can only work with them? How dare they try to make it where all your eggs are in one basket and you rely on them solely? That is the worst thing for a business, and you did the exact right thing to do here by telling them the F off. Redacted says, I agree. You're a free artist. You should do what you want, but I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder works is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. Dude, what a freaking manipulative bitch. Are you kidding me? Naylis says, guess we got a misunderstand on both sides. It's more about this. And she quoted, not to discredit any of your work because ever. It's the one where she was talking about forcing Nanolis to do only Cinder's work. And Nanolis just says this. And Redacted says, oh, I see. I mean what I said. It's still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had only you had to only do Sinder work from now on. That's with anything though, no, not just your work. If you have something special, then everyone wants to get that thing. It makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I will keep things more business, talk, and less emotional. LOL. Yeah, dude, you're not professional at all for a manager. Like, holy crap. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Sinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. And Nano says, but every single model I do is unique. I make them special in their own way. It's not like I'm selling Sinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. And Redacted says, no, I know you pour your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. And Analyst says, I'm sorry I made you both feel this way. You should not feel sorry at all, Nano. You should not feel sorry at all. These are some manipulative, narcissist POSs, okay? This is crazy. This is some of the most predatory work I've even seen. This is the biggest VTuber freaking exposed in ever. I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy. It's simply business, normalizing their behavior once again by stating it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Sinder instead. Redacted says, it's okay, Nano. You're just making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. And Nano says, thank you for understanding my side. We all trying to have our name somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys, and again, apologize for the trouble on your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Redacted says, business is business. If you want to go through the projects we talked about and let me know which ones you'd want to do too. Is this about blank model, Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Sinder. I just want to do pretty models, no hurt feelings. And Redacted says, business is business. And Nano shows a crying emoji. Redacted says, Nano, you're a freelance artist and blank is a longtime client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. Do you guys see how freaking Nano is? She is replying like someone that has been manipulated to the max, like somebody that's afraid to do what's best for them. That is not okay. Your illustrator should not be afraid to do what's best for them. That is insane. Nano says, I really appreciate you understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go art brr. And Redacted says, right, I know. I just didn't think our other conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a Are you kidding me, dude? You literally said, I don't want you to work on any other models or anything for other VTubers. And Nanoist says, maybe I just consider the situation too much. My mistake for thinking it's this way. It's not, Nano. It's not. Red just says it's okay. Nano says, but are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. And Redacted says, me and you are good, but I still have to tell all this to Sinder. It'll be fine. I think she's still sleeping. As you can see, Red and Sinder were in communication the entire freaking time. And this is the damage control part. Just wait, folks. Up next we have Bao's response to this, which is literally crazy. Bao responds to Sinder basically collabing with her the next day after going behind her back to try to take her artists from her. Damage control. Make sure none of this reaches the other VTubers and is all kept hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill intent and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Sinder's career to be painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot VTuber 1 is even spoilered a hidden message in Discord so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked. Are you kidding me? Nanoist says, I try to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair to both sides this way. Redacted says, you didn't tell blank you canceled because of Sinder, did you? Dude, they're worried now. They're getting freaking worried now. You didn't tell her you canceled because of us, did you? She's talking about Bao or Lily. Nano says, no, I told all of them it was health issues. Redacted says, oh, thank God. And Nanoist says, I would never blame anyone besides blank. Redacted says, LOL, we would never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work on dash not work on something, especially if it's something you want to do dash don't want to do. In our conversation the other day, wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder's work. Again, sorry that it sounded like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. As we can see, boys, the messages from before are proof that that is exactly what they are saying, and this is fucking damage control. Redacted says, well, let's see if blank wants a nano model or not. Hope blank finds someone else with the evil face. Constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Cinder herself. Redacted, I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or friend, then it would be like endorsing her copy, or like I've seen some people say, her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Are you kidding me, dude? These motherfuckers are terrified. They're terrified Lily's going to take over everything, which she already has. She's already bigger than Cinder, I think. Cinder might be bigger than her, actually. But this is insane, dude. This is getting crazy. Redacted says, like at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did. Get along. And the marketing potential and money they could make if they teamed up. Are you kidding me? So it's about the fucking money? I just know anything we do, she's watching and will take from or try to do. OMG, you know this spinning figure we have on stream. Figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure. Cinder debuted Saturday. Everyone hears about it. Figure announced. Spinning figure on screen with figure right next to it. Stream yesterday. First stream since Cinder debuted yet. Guess what? Spinning figure next to it. Then like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas. Cinder's ideas like the flames, and now she's basically rebanded to more of a fire Cerberus, using fire emojis all the time. Shake my head, never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound but stopped when Cinder grew past her and now uses Cerberus or server pup. Whatever her lore says she is, I don't know. An analyst, the unfollow is weird. It redacted, yeah, so it's like there was also unprovoked tweets from her like, I didn't copy anyone else from my design. My design is all me. This is who I am. Like, huh? Who are you to say that to? Oh, LOL. On random Cinder clips on YouTube, there was one dedicated fan or someone else new, I don't know, that would comment on these clips saying like, when you are going to clip only on Cinder clips. And down here it says, I'd like to highlight the irony. Yeah, get this to go up. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting it to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber, also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Nano. Good fucking job. You did the best that you could with these manipulative POSs. This is her first freaking art creation and illustration. Her first VTuber model that did good was Cinder's model, and they did this so much behind the scenes that Nanolis actually came out and exposed her own freaking client. That is how crazy this is. This is how bad Cinder was being and unprofessional behind the scenes, and most of what they were talking about was Shy Lily and Bao the Whale. But guess what? Bao the Whale responded, folks. Let's get into it. Bao responds here by saying, I was very hurt by someone I thought was a friend. That's right, baby. Let's get into it. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanolis has decided to share with the public and the messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt and remember that we are still humans at the end of the day. Before I start, I want to point out that why I am addressing both Cinder and Red despite the messages being largely from Red. Many times throughout the messages, the word we, we're, and our occur numerous times. As someone who has was close to and worked with Sinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Sinder and Red collaborate and the extent to which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known and approved of by Sinder. In March 2024, I announced that one of my summithon goals was a live 2D model. Nanolist was going to be the live 2D illustrator. After she finished both the design and base model sketch, there was suddenly back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capacity to continue my model. I was very sad, as I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends. In a private group chat that Sinder was a part of, I shared how devastated I was, and she did not comment or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. I now realize that the reason for her silence was because Sinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanolist. Nanolist asked Redacted why he is encouraging her not to finish my model. Redacted then lists my name amongst various VTubers as well as vendettas Sinder and Redacted harbor against each. Here's the quotes. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's barking up the tree of one of our L2D animators, has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. Are you kidding me? Do they actually said that while guilt tripping? I cannot believe that. This is what Redacted lists as reasons why Nanolist should cancel her ongoing live 2D model commission from me, all the while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This is not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage other friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you got to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. Redacted here says, did you cancel the models? Nameless says, I did not. Redacted says, Nanos are delayed to 2026. Nano says, I'm scared to cancel with Bao. And Redacted says, you shouldn't be. She has so many connections. She'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WebCon. Yeah, I can give her the designs for free as an apology gift. More screenshots of them urging Nanolist to cancel the ongoing live 2D commissions with me, even mentioning how excited I was about it when I showed them the design during Sinder and I's concert at WebCon 2024. Redacted says, don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone else. I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit, LOL. Are you kidding me, dude? There's no way. He's even trying to demand that she doesn't offer it for free. She at least charges half price. Nella says, yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her today. We'll also close the model inquiry today, hoping that was a mistake. I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit, LOL. I don't know what I have ever done to either Redacted or Sinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issues or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Regarding the messages where Sinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush Music video animator, as well as any artist they have worked with. Bao girl, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. This is you shouldn't even have to defend yourself with how they acted. You should not have to defend yourself. This is insane. She hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kazir, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Sinder. My channel messenger, June, and I asked Kazir for one stream highlight per month. That's it, boys, per month. As we are aware of his extensive position as Sinder's channel manager, I made a point to note this in my inquiry email to him in 2023. Bao started a call that lasted 5 hours. On March 20th, I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kazir shared with us that he was afraid to ask Sinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. So she also went for her editor to try to get an exclusivity deal, acting like it's a good thing for her editor when in reality it's fucking terrible. As a friend to both Sinder and Kazir, I encouraged them both to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The other editors were in the call and can corroborate this. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt, betrayal I feel, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Sinder and Red were actively portraying me as a thief, a detriment to their business. I have only ever supported them in their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that envies by her editor, and the songs flopped. Yeah, we read that one, boys. We read that one. And she says, I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative they decided I deserved. Saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with debilitating TMJ pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They both knew this. I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. We're 99% sure she told him, Sacramore, not to do any more with us Boss Rush music. So this is where they claim that Bao the Whale told their editor to not do any more work with them because of the Boss Rush music flop. In these messages, Sinder and Redacted are referring to my animator, Sacramore, whom I've been working with since 2023. Sac here is we've got a response from him later as well. Proof of how long we've worked together. In 2024, Sac asked me if he could do completely exclusive work for me in the house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers ask him for more commission work. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate that this was Sac's decision and no one else's. Here is proof of Sac mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager, June, back in December 2024, refuting Red's claims that I locked Sacramore up due to Boss Rush's success. And this says, Sac says, yo, it is fine if going forward I don't be credited in the video descriptions. And the manager just says, okay. Sac says, thank you. I'd rather just be more of an in-house type of thing for Bao after this thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao, and want to make a name for myself through my own content and not my work for others next year. Why aren't you solving this privately? If you look at the timeline of events, Nano's document and some of those messages date back years. I found out this less than 48 hours ago. They did not give me common courtesy of talking to me and privately about this over the years. My thoughts, feelings, and my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be my side years and years from now, they have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend. I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. Val girl, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I promise. This is a content creation friendship. You have to understand that in content creation there are no friends. They are all trying to use you to better their careers. It is an evil industry. It's the same as the acting industry. I worked a little bit in the acting industry, so I know exactly what it's like. They are all fake. They all pretend to care when in reality they're just practicing their smiles in a freaking mirror that is your eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely evil. It's atrocious. It's predatory, but it can't be helped. We just need to protect ourselves from these kind of people. And she says here, I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful speculation. Everything shared in this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims made about me in the screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to read this. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Bao stepping up. Nano is stepping up. Well, we've even got proof from her editor and her animator saying that is the case. This is Sack, her animator, that wanted exclusivity work with her, that Sinder and Red claimed that she stole him. Sack saying that also with the part where Bao references the call, I was one of the people in the call and can confirm that she did say what is stated in the document. That's right, baby. Sack stepping up to protect his friend and his client. That's what I'm talking about. These evil freaking VTubers, dude. This is the biggest VTuber crash out of the fucking decade. This is insane. No way Sinder was going behind the scenes and doing this evil, manipulative stuff and then trying to blame it on her freaking manager. I mean, look at this. We'll go back to it. Effective immediately. Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm able. Are you fucking kidding me? You are in the messages too, Sinder. There is no getting around this. This is not Red's fault. It doesn't matter how he worded it. It was the intentions that were wrong, and they were your intentions. That's the issue. You were going behind your friends' backs with ill intentions, and then now you're trying to say because of the way he worded it that it is his fault. No, the intentions were what was evil. All right, boys, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Paper or plastic? Paper being good, plastic being bad. Do you guys think Sinder is paper, or do you think she's plastic? Do you think she's that organic, crisp, good, clean paper that we need in the VTuber industry, or do you think that she's smoking plastic and going crazy? Well, I'm going with plastic. She's plastic as fuck, dude. This is a plastic bitch. She's smoking plastic on the fucking daily. No way you're going behind your damn friends' backs and acting like you are better than them and that your art, you can go behind their back and steal their animators, their editors, and talk crap about them. There's no freaking way that this is okay. All right, boys, I know it's a longer video. If you guys like this kind of stuff, I cover the drama on the daily. Gaming drama on the daily, baby. All right, boys, that's it for me. GG's. Peace.